Oh wow, so this is a life cycle of the shampoo bottle, and this is what it's become. I had a lot of questions myself about sustainability because I hear this word being thrown out everywhere all the time, and I personally myself want to understand what is sustainability. And when I first met Paul, I realized that, wow, this guy is really passionate about sustainability, and I feel like he has a deep understanding on the subject. So I thought I'll just approach Paul and say, hey, let's do a project on sustainability because he's the best person to actually have comment about this because of his contribution in this industry. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, good.
How's it going, bro?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about today. And then tell me about your story. Tell me your origin story.
Sustainable Salons. We just had our 10-year anniversary.
10-year anniversary.
So yeah, we're pretty proud of that because honestly, we never thought we were going to get past day one.
Yeah.
You know, even my father was saying to me, nobody cares about recycling. And I'm like, Dad, I think they do. People do care about this. And 10 years later, we now service 1 in 5 salons across Australia and New Zealand. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. So what you're going to see here at our Sydney depot, and this is our HQ office, is actually where we process all of Sydney's waste, and that can go as far as Newcastle and Canberra. So we process a lot here.
There's only good sides if you ask me about sustainability, but people always ask me, yeah, but sometimes it's expensive and should you do it? Yes, of course, but like I said, you can't cut corners here. So you either are true to your values or you don't. But the good thing is now be transparent about it. Don't cover up. My name is Ilko, and I'm the 3rd generation of Keunen Hair Cosmetics.
Of the journey of those 100 years, was sustainability always from your grandfather, or did that come along the journey maybe with your father, or who at what point in the journey did sustainability come into question for Keunen?
Yeah, I like that question. I think it has always been there because as a family company, I think you're very much aware of your commitment or your responsibility in the society. You have family businesses and non-family businesses, if you ask me, and they have a different moral compass. If you are a non-family based business, you're driven mostly by money. Forgive me if I'm stepping on some people's feet, but you have to create shareholder value, and we don't. So we only want to serve the hairdresser. So that's why we said, okay, we want to do everything better with renewable sources. Then we try to work with waste ingredients from the sugar beet. Ultimately, we found that was very interesting. All the elements you could think of, because why, or even the formulation. We condense the product. Because why would we ship water? If you think about it, it's crazy. So let's make it as condensed as possible. So obviously the product is smaller, more products on a container, less CO2 emissions, and all these things together create it so pure, which I'm really proud of.
The thing about Elko is I really love how, as a product brand owner, he's so involved, and he has such a strong understanding and a really amazing perspective in sustainability. For a lot of big brand owners for hair products, they focus so heavily on the profit, the margins and all that, and that's totally understandable. But for someone like Elko to actually care so much about where the product comes from start to finish, and understanding the sustainability side of how to create a balance so that there's less wastage. There's no other person I can speak to that has that level of passion. So the good thing is I really enjoy having Elko on this. And
this room, what we do is it's really the education room where we try to educate new salons or even partners we work with. So suppliers, they need to learn about our world because, there's been an error. What we do is pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's the honest way to say it. They're like, you collect human hair? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we collect your hair. First of all, our ponytail wall.
Yes.
The ponytail wall really gives a whole storyline of like why we collect ponytails. But one of the most interesting facts about us is we're the largest collector of ponytails now in the world. And the reason why that's even possible in a country like Australia is because no one's actually ever thought of how to collect ponytails.
Ah, okay.
There's been charities that collect hair for medical wigs, and then you've got the big commercial market, like
Yes.
hair extensions and so
Yes.
forth. So you've got some countries like India and China that are literally scalping heads to go into that commercial market.
Yep.
But then when you talk the medical wig market, there's just not enough hair that comes through. And the quality of hair, and it's not even local. So we thought at Sustainable Salons, let's change that.
Yep.
So today we collect and donate all the hair for free to wig makers to supply for Australia and New Zealand
Wow.
for cancer, alopecia,
Wow.
and a few other diseases with hair loss. So this is a pretty interesting fact. 20 ponytails to make one wig.
Wow.
Sometimes people think it's just the one. We've collected just under 300,000 ponytails through our salons, so thank you. So as you can see, yeah, these are the charities that we support: Variety, World's Greatest Shave, Cancer Council,
Yeah.
AAAF. It of course is really good for Instagram. What's really special about that is we get a huge amount of stories that come through from the participants. So young girls are raising money, so they're cutting their hair off, they're raising maybe $4,000, $10,000, something like that. But they're the most powerful stories of the why they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're doing it for their friend's mum who's maybe going through cancer or X, Y, and Z. They're so beautiful stories. We love celebrating it. And to be honest, it's just emotional. So if you want to see what it kind of looks like, well, here it is. Inside some of these, you don't think much of it. But what you're seeing here is the hair coming in, being graded and sorted. Our dream one day is we can connect your hair to which participant, and we're getting very close to doing that. So thank God with blockchain technology today that's coming, we might be able to achieve this. And imagine that, you could get to tell your client who the participant was, where your hair ended up.
Wow.
So they could even thank you, or at least there's some recognition and that comes through.
It only takes one person not to recycle to ruin the cycle of that bottle of plastic. My name is Luca De Lorenzo. I'm a director at De Lorenzo Hair Care. I'm a third generation family member. And at De Lorenzo, we make sustainable hair care products, natural and sustainable hair care products.
Back to Vincent, your grandfather, quite a unique character. You could even say, in some words, a legend of the industry on what he actually achieved. But it wasn't just hairdressing. He was also at the forefront of sustainability. And I would like to hear a little bit more of that story.
Our business is sustainable in three key ways. So the first way is our formulations and the natural-based ingredients we use. The second, as I said, we manufacture our own products. We're the only color manufacturer in Australia, and we manufacture all our retail products as well. And through our manufacturing process, we ensure that sustainability is at the forefront of everything that we do. And then through our brand and what we do for our clients, whether it's the packaging, whether it's the promotional marketing or the business advice that we provide them, we have sustainability at the forefront of all of that, because that is a key pillar of our business philosophy and our values.
All the different types of things, of course, from hair, metals, paper, plastic, chemicals. These are just all the different material types that come out of a hair salon. What we like to do in here is celebrate. So each usually week or fortnight, we update all the numbers, and they're pretty staggering now because we've been around 10 years. You can see 114,000 kilos of human hair.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. The metric of that, I can't even figure out how heavy that is.
Crazy. Well, look at some of these, right? When it gets to metals, you know, funny, when we first started, metal made up 50% of the salon's waste bin. So aluminium foil. Do you know a stat? Like in Australia, we send 1 million kilos of foil to landfill yearly just to foil women's hair.
Wow.
In America, 45 million. Europe, 78 million kilos of foil will be used. So it's crazy. So every time you see that, and what I keep reminding people, it's metal. It's infinitely recyclable.
Yes.
We're here to build the circular economy, the future.
I think sometimes I still kind of have to slap my face and go, Is this real? Jackie Young. I'm from Souls Alive. I'm the creative founder of Souls Alive. And Souls Alive is the use of human hair to create a soil treatment so we can improve our soils and grow healthy, happy plants.
What opened up your heart to the idea that something as simple as hair could give life back to the earth?
Back in Malaysia, I used to go to hairdressers and learn how to do hair. But my granddad had a durian farm and it was very sustainable back then. You know, we had our own chickens. There was no, you know, we had rations on electricity. But when I came to Australia, that was kind of forgotten about. We've come to this beautiful country where we're very lucky. So I came back going, oh, this is really nice. Like, what if we could just live this really simple life? And then look at my floor. I'm like, oh, look at all that hair. I'm like, but we're in the drought and we know that hair holds lots of moisture. I was thinking, oh, I wonder if we could use hair to retain moisture so that we're not wasting water. So that was my first initial thought.
There's nobody else out there doing this. So the fact that Jackie is doing this, she's actually contributing to the society as well with something very, very new and unique. Tell me the whole story about this.
So the hair boom, fun enough, didn't start with us.
Yep.
If you go back nearly 20 years, there was an oil spill in America. The BP had this huge oil spill, and a barber thought, wait a second, why are we not using hair to soak up the oil? And as we know as hairdressers, that's a pretty easy thing because we go to the basin, clients got oily hair, we use shampoo, we wash off the oil.
Yep.
And then you realize, wait, hair can soak up that oil. So funny enough, he shoved it into a stocking and then bada bing, it worked. And when Evelyn and I started Sustainable Salons, we realized no one had ever studied that and understood, was it true? Could it work? So we really invested heavily in our university to understand about the hair boom. Turns out it did work. So today we actually now manufacture, we make hair booms. They get deployed to oil spills and councils now buy them for water treatment. So when the oil comes out of your home, comes into an oil treatment, soaks up the oil, and then they just they use them like cartridges, in and out, in and out.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, I found so many unique uses for it.
Wait till I take you inside the warehouse. You can actually see the machine, how we make it, how we have to process it. Because again, there's a little bit of work involved, but it's definitely going leaps and bounds. Everyone's always so concerned about plastic, and for good reason. It's this horrible material, but I also like to say it is also one of the greatest materials on the planet. Why? It's low cost. You can just about produce any shape from it. And what we wanted to demonstrate, guys, the plastic we're collecting is, first of all, we collect over 500,000 kilos of salon plastic, which is insane. But we're starting to get really good at making things. Combs, sunglasses. Again, these are really simple products. These glasses made from shampoo bottles. You know, it's really starting to show people that there's a future in the circular economy. So your shampoo bottles can come back through. We can process it, which I'll show you in the warehouse. And honestly, we'll just get it back into your salon, selling it. And around we go. It's really that simple. Something that what you see when we take your bottles is you have to grind them down into these really small pieces. These pieces are what we call flakes. And once you get that flake right,
and we turn that to this,
is one of our latest products, which is a hair clip.
That is very cool.
We've just figured out, it's not easy, but we work with actually, and you're going to laugh, primary school girls creating that.
That's
amazing.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Primary school girls creating an idea. They had to figure out the branding, the packaging, the style. They worked with one of our manufacturers. We supplied the plastic through the shampoo bottles, you know, and honestly, I think they've done an excellent job, and it's pretty luxury. Something that most people don't realize as well is a lot of the time when we collect the plastic and the type of plastic, we don't change the color. So if we're collecting from Cune or Di Lorenzo or, you know, Kevin Murphy, O&M, we actually keep the color of their bottle in there because it makes it far easier for manufacturing. We can't always get the exact color, so sometimes they have to add a little bit of an extra pink in there, but most of the time, we don't have to change it. So you will see an inconsistency.
But that's kind of good though, that's the point. You shouldn't add some color into it. Maybe you should just keep it as it is.
Well, it's nearly called nature. Let's just try to stay as close to nature as possible.
Exactly.
And you know what?
But that's really good.
Yeah. It's actually, these are big sellers. These are probably our best sellers now in the salon.
People in organisations that have sustainability practices, staff become more engaged. They become really proud of a workplace. And there's nothing better, right, than working with people that are really proud of where they work. They love coming to work every day. And I think that actually flows through to the clients. So it becomes this fantastic culture in the salon where clients want to come, they want to spend time, and it becomes this place that everyone wants to work at. So I wanted to just share that piece because we know that culture is so important in business and it's something that's probably overlooked. And yeah, that was my thoughts on a salon environment, salon place that has sustainability practices.
So
right.
let's get inside the depot and I'll show you a little bit of all the action
Yes,
of where your
please.
materials actually go. In here we do a whole range of different things. So this machine here, we do all the cardboard crushing.
Yep.
We make big bales. What does that actually look like? Well, it's down here. You know, you got bales like this. They weigh up to about 300-400 kilos each. That would pretty much be all your packaging. There's your soft plastic as well. So once all that soft plastic, that would probably be about a week's worth of about 300 salons. I would say every day in New South Wales, we would probably create a bale of about maybe 200 kilos.
200 kilos.
Oh yeah. Once you start adding up lots and lots of salons, there's a lot of materials that have to be collected. And do you know, for every kilo that we collect, we get to then sell that. 100% of the proceeds goes to Oz Harvest and Kiwi Harvest.
That's
And
amazing.
to date, we're doing nearly 400,000 meals have been provided by selling your flow.
That's good. That's really, really good. At least we know it's doing the right thing.
It's recycling
Yeah.
and giving back. It's just awesome. There's your GHDs, your Cloud 9s, and
Yes.
the hundreds and hundreds of straighteners and blow dryers and vacuum cleaners that we get. Do you know
bulbs.
what we recycle in this? It is literal gold, copper.
Copper.
Copper wires are in there.
Yep.
And we can get up to $9 a kilo, $10 a kilo. And then we donate all that to Oz Harvest, all those proceeds.
Yep.
But honestly, it's all that copper wires.
Fan mail?
Fan mail, yeah, we get fan mail. We get a lot of fans. No. Well, kind of fan mail. These are all the ponytails.
These are all the ponytails.
Remember I was telling you, we get
Yeah.
10,000 a month and they come in from all parts of the country. Customers, look, if I had to just open one up.
These are all
to show you.
ponytails.
Yeah. So just, as you see, it's been packaged.
Yeah.
Ponytails come through. Some beautiful ponytails coming from a participant.
Yep.
So
Wow.
awesome.
This is a ponytail. These are all
so the
ponytails.
whole box.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Look at this.
And look at this again. Always
Ponytails.
comes with a letter. They like to tell you who it came from. It's so beautiful. And as you can see, they're full of ponytails. Ponytails, millions of them.
Wow.
What we do in this part of the section is the chemicals. So chemicals all have to get recycled. They get put into this IBC where it just looks like it's been emptied recently. But we'll fill that all the way up with your chemical waste. Most people just don't realize is a lot of your chemicals inside the salon, they're all water. It's about 95% water.
Wow.
Your peroxide, your shampoos and so forth. So when we collect all these chemicals, it actually starts to separate itself.
Okay.
And then once that actually gets full, we send it to a chemical recycler.
Yep.
They then separate the chemicals from the water, and then the water gets sold back into manufacturing.
Wow. That's a
So who knows? Your next shampoo
really good.
could actually be made from your shampoo.
yeah.
Your shampoo waste. Ever wonder where all your metal goes and how we deal with it? Well, here it is. It's a lot. So what you're actually seeing here is actually us crushing the foil into bales. So once we get these into those bales that you saw, we can then sell them much better on the market because these will have to be sold to metal dealers and they do need it sorted and cleaned a certain way. All right, so when we collect hair, right, the hair's coming in, everyone's like, what do you actually do with it and how does it get processed? Well, different things that we make, like I said, if it's going to a hair boom, it doesn't need to be grounded up, but if it's our soil program, it needs to go through this special machine so we can actually prepare the hair to get it correct. So what you're watching Jess do right now is actually, she's quickly sorting through as fast as she can, making sure, you know, we don't have damn bobby pins and all these things that hairdressers or some razor or I don't know, something weird in there. We don't need it.
Yeah.
So we'll jam up the machine. And then basically she's pushing all that hair through. It goes up through this machine. This is custom built. We're cutting it down to probably down less than a centimetre. And now it's extremely easy to work with.
Yeah. So this goes to like, Soil's Alive.
Soil's Alive will go,
yeah.
definitely. Anything to do with trying to release the nutrients of hair, you've got to get it to this length. We work with another company called New Rock that will actually use the hair inside construction products. So one of the products we're making right now is a brick. And people say, well, why hair in a brick? And people don't realize, but over 500 years ago, horsehair used to be used in clay to strengthen it.
Oh, wow.
The fibers, they're extremely strong human hair fibers. And then on top of that, it insulates.
Not many people know that. I didn't know that.
So to actually see what one of that even looks like, that's one of the bricks that that has about up to about 1 kilo of human hair in there. And basically, if you look really closely, you can even see the hair coming out of it.
You know what? My house that I'm building right now, there's a lot of creases in between. You know, maybe I can start shoving a little bit of hair.
Yeah, let me know. I've got plenty of hair. Come and show you what actually Jeff's doing over here. This is really cool. Many of people don't know, but we collect 2 different ways from the salon. We've got the purple bin, which you know. So we've got this, 240 litre bin that's at the back of your salon. But when we service in the outback of the Pilbara of a salon, well, how do we get it back? It's through this. So we've got a bag program called, basically, we call them black bags. The salon will actually fill that up, clip it, beep it. We actually then get a courier to pick it up. And that comes to us. We take the bags out. And then what Jeff's doing over here, he'll get it all organized, clean it up, wipe it down again, and then basically get them ready just like this. Wow. And they go straight back out to the salons.
So what is this?
Soft plastic. We take it. All types of soft plastic. It's so important for us. Why? Because we turn soft plastic into Plazoil with this really cool company. So just to explain Plazoil, they're actually, so when you make plastic, you're using petroleum-based chemicals to make the plastic. Well, they're turning it back to petroleum-based, so it can just be made back into a soft plastic bag again.
Yes.
This is groundbreaking, what's happening right here. We're really proud to be one of the first in Australia to do this. So what does it look like after it finishes this machine? Well, over here, we bale it up. You're probably looking at around about 300 kilos. Now, when you work in here a lot, you tend to get a lot of muscle. So I can pretty much pick this bad boy up with just a few hands. It's pretty easy. You know, a few hundred kilos and whatever. But this is really what it's all about. It's baling it up, getting it ready. We ship it off. And then they'll turn that into Plazoil.
Awesome.
That's simple.
Awesome.
Hey, are you ready to do a day's work?
I absolutely am.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, let's hope the rain holds out. What's happening? You know this guy, Daniel.
Oh, yes, nice to meet you.
So I'm Jo from Dolly and Stella in Newtown, and I'm the owner of the business.
Why do you think an industry always finds it so hard to adapt?
Change. People don't like change. I know. It's frustrating because I have actually lots of friends that are salon owners that find it difficult and still aren't a sustainable salon. It's hard to imagine that people wouldn't care in this day and age, honestly. But yeah, I think they're more concerned about the process of making the change and maybe the impact of having to put the charge onto the client. I don't think there would be any client that wouldn't care about sustainability, personally. Yeah.
The thing about change is very important because as a small business owner, when it comes to the word change, straight away we think about cost. But anything we want done good or right, we have to change, we have to improve. But the biggest thing is the cost, really.
What's the one thing out of the whole program that's like, that's your highlight? That's the thing that you're like, oh, that really captured me. Is it the recycling? Is it us employing people with disability? Is it the ponytail program?
All of it. I think the fact that it's such a circular thing that you're doing and that you're keeping it in each state so that you aren't then outsourcing anything and you're like supplying more opportunities and jobs, which I think is awesome. I very much with this space like to only support other businesses within all the things that we kind of supply and bring into the business as well. So I think that is really important to make sure you're looking out for the community and, you know, supporting the businesses around you instead of like going further afield. So I love that about it.
What grinds your teeth in this industry? What is it that they're producing and making that you obviously can't live without?
Sometimes I just don't know why they package things that don't need to be packaged. That's a big pet peeve for me.
A box within a box?
Yes. Like that is one that really bothers me, even from companies that are sustainable. I'm like, why are you packaging something that doesn't need to be in a box, in a box, in a box? That's confusing to me.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
do this.
Let's talk about your story.
When I started my hairdressing career when I was 11.
Wow.
So I was a really troubled kid in school, doing lots of bad things, you could say.
Yeah.
I just wasn't smart, so I had to figure out what to do with my life, and I started shaving my friends' heads before school because we were skateboarders, and my friends thought I was the best with the clippers. And my mum was like, okay, well, if you like shaving heads, why don't you think about getting a job for Saturdays? I started working there, and I wasn't loving hairdressing. I was just loving $50 at the end of the week so I could buy more cigarettes. And what happened really quickly is I started to realize that, you know, this is a cool job. You know, fast forward a little bit, now I'm 14. I was being kicked out of school. And basically my mum was said, well, you're going to go get an apprenticeship. And I went off to then the city, did an apprenticeship in hairdressing, and the rest is history. I just fell in love with hairdressing. It just opened my mind.
My name is Melanie Cawthorne, Salon Stevie English, and my role is director, but descriptively the way Stevie and my team call it is the real boss.
With Stevie English, that's probably one of my favorite salons. I know it's not like an ultra flashy salon, but the moment I walk into the salon, I just felt that there's heritage in there. There's history. It's got battle scars.
What's the industry's fucking problem?
I don't understand it. I really can't get my head around it because it's such an amazing opportunity to do like to make a true impact, because hair salons are a really wasteful industry. I can't think, I try to think of another industry that would generate quite as much waste, maybe restaurants. One thing I would like to change in the industry is to make packaging more sustainable. When I'm talking about packaging, it's home hair care. I don't know if glass is better for recycling, is it, than plastic? It's just there's still a lot of plastic, and I do understand it's for safety and whatever, single use, but that would be, if it was multiple use, that would be ideal. Even things like basin stock would be great if that was refillable. The liters that we have behind the basins, you still throw it out, and it's that hard plastic, which we hate it. If those could easily be refillable.
I believe that is the future of sustainability. It's refillable. So everything from refilling, making your shampoos refillable, that's important. Even something as simple as, when we serve drinks, we serve in glass, not plastic. I think coffee is the same thing as well when it comes to coffee shops. People should consider bringing their own cups instead of just that disposable, paper cup that really isn't recyclable.
I wish they knew how simple it was and how much difference it would make to their lives. Just in terms of how you feel about the world and how you move through it, you can reconcile your beliefs with your actions, and it's not hard. The Sustainable Salons program do everything for you. They come and get your bins. They tell you how to do it. They give you the bags. You buy it back again using points. It's just so simple. It's not going to impact the operations of your business. It's a bit of a no-brainer. Not judging. It matters that you think about everything you do. Nothing is throwaway. From your first impression to a client, to your impact on a client, to what you say to them, to the products that you use, just think as local as you possibly can. Try not to go too far away for things that you can get closer to home. And that means where it's manufactured, where the ingredients are from, what you do with that product after you finish using it. Just be thoughtful, be mindful. Because if you don't think about things, then the world becomes buried under the weight of your poor decisions. And that's not, we didn't start it, but this is the problem we have.
When I was about 19,
Yeah.
I actually opened my first hair salon.
Wow.
Yeah.
19.
19. It was crazy. I still look back now at 19 and I look at 19-year-old kids, I'm like, wow, I was that old. I opened it with a business partner and we didn't want to open a traditional salon. We actually opened a membership-based salon. So our clients didn't pay like normal people. You paid a monthly subscription for unlimited service. But after 2 years, my business partner just one day disappeared, took all the money.
Oh no.
Yeah, vanished.
Wow,
that's
horrible.
it was the hardest experience of my life. I felt like I went through a divorce. I was like, what do you mean all the money's gone? What do you mean? Where is he? I met Evelina in Amsterdam. And when I met Evelina, I really got this awakening moment about sustainability. So Evelina was studying fashion sustainability.
Okay.
And I asked her, so what does that mean? Like, I don't get it. And she's like, oh, I study where things come from. So through your barcode, she could study, she could find out where the water came from, the cotton, basically the whole supply chain. And I was like, what? You can do that?
Yeah, yeah.
And I still remember going back to the salon the next day going, where does all the hair go? Where does all the metal go? Where does anything go?
Yeah.
And it just sparked curiosity. And that's really the short story of how it all came to be, to getting to building a sustainability company for the hairdressing industry.
Hello, my name's Gary Latham, and this is Wildlife Hair in Milsons Point.
If there's one thing we can offer more at Sustainable Salons, what should that be?
When something breaks, people just bring it to me and go, it's broken. And I go, tell Sustainable, see if they'll take it away. You get the, I'm not sure exactly what happens, but let's say you get the electrical goods, you rip the copper out of the cable, you sell that and you throw the rest. Why don't you get a guy who can fix shit? I'm sure there's salons out there or there's women's prisons and stuff like that who'd love a reconditioned hairdryer. They don't do it anymore, they used to do it. Nobody fixes anything anymore. You shouldn't be charged for recycling, you should be charged for decycling.
I truly believe that when it comes to good design, it should be able to be repairable. Because if something that's not repairable, it's technically disposable. So he's got a very good point. I think it's really important that when we buy something that we should have the right and we should have the ability to fix it and not just keep buying a brand new one every single time when it breaks down. Because some of this equipment, they probably last like maybe a year or two, but we should have the right to repair.
Never underestimate the power you have as a hairdresser. Because in the end, a hairdresser, exactly what you just said, he or she is creating happiness, sheer happiness. So if you walk out of a chair, people are 9 out of 10 times more happy than they enter the salon. And I think hairdressers sometimes forget what, in way, they create a better world. Because every haircut creates a better world. Every time someone leaves the salon, the world is a bit better off.
In our hairdressing industry, everyone has their part to play, right? Absolutely everyone. So we shouldn't just leave it to the consumers. We shouldn't just leave it to the suppliers, right? When everyone does their bit, we're going to get the best results. That's as clean and as simple as it is. And what I'm excited about the next generation of stylists is it's one of the key pillars of their values. They're looking for sustainability. So I don't actually think they have to change their values or anything like that. That's the beauty of it. But my message is, let's all just do each of our own pieces, and the puzzle will come together.
I realized that it all comes down to behavioral change. You know, to truly make an impact towards sustainability, I can see that everybody's making an effort. Everybody from people who produce the product, like Elko, you know, they put so much effort into creating something that's truly sustainable. And the efforts of distributors like in Australia, Di Lorenzo, and all these distributors and creators, they really put a lot of heart and soul into making sure that every single step is done the right way and sustainable. And then coming down to salon owners and business owners, you know, we play a really big part to making sure that everything we do is also sustainable. Everything from making sure we recycle things properly, and down to people like Jackie from Soils Alive. She's created something that is very unique, how to reuse something that is essentially a waste. And I love spending time with Paul, you know, seeing how Sustainable Salons have really moved a very unique direction that the industry has never seen before, into recycling things and doing things the right way. We have to change our perspective in how to recycle things properly, how to separate things properly. And it might be a little bit hard, you know, it's not easy, you know, something as simple as have 2 bins instead of 1, you know, put everything in recycle, or understanding what not to do. But yeah, the ultimate word is behavioral change.